GM just killed two of the most popular V8 engines in American history. The 5.3 and 6.2 are gone forever. Over 600,000 trucks recalled, engines destroying themselves at highway speed, repair bills hitting $14,000. GM stayed quiet while owners paid the price. NHTSA opened investigations. Class action lawsuits followed. Now GM replaced both with something completely new. I went through every single spec in detail. What they built is either the greatest comeback in truck history or the biggest gamble GM has ever made. Let's find out. GM 5.3-liter V8 L84 EcoTec3. The 5.3-liter V8 was GM's best-selling truck engine for over 10 years. Farmers used it, contractors used it, families drove it across the country. It powered the Silverado 1500, Sierra 1500, Tahoe, Suburban, and Yukon. 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. Millions of trucks on American roads right now have this engine under the hood. For most of its life, people called it one of the most reliable V8 engines ever made. Mechanics recommended it. Owners kept their trucks long past 200,000 miles. Then, GM added one system that changed everything. That one system turned a great engine into one of the most expensive engines to own in America today. GM added something called Dynamic Fuel Management, DFM for short. Here's what it does in simple terms. When you are driving at normal speed on flat road, DFM shuts down some of your cylinders to save fuel. Instead of all 8 cylinders working, maybe only 4 are running, or 3, or even just 1. GM built 17 different ways for this engine to run, all the way down to one single cylinder. The idea sounds smart. Use less fuel when you do not need full power. Save money at the pump. The reality is different. The small parts that control this system are failing. And when they fail, you are looking at a bill that will shock you. Those small parts are called lifters. Every time the engine switches between using different numbers of cylinders, the lifters have to move. They do this thousands of times every single day. They wear out fast. They get stuck. They collapse completely. When a lifter fails, it bends the push rod above it. That push rod hits the rocker arm. Metal breaks. Pieces travel through the oil. In the worst cases, the valve falls into the cylinder and destroys the piston. Your engine is gone. Repair at a GM dealer, $3,000 minimum. If the push rods and camshaft are damaged too, up to $8,000. Full engine replacement, $14,000. GM quietly removed DFM from 2026 production engines. No announcement, no press release. They just stopped putting it in. When a manufacturer quietly removes a system they spent millions developing, you know that system did not work. But the 5.3-liter problems are small compared to what the 6.2-liter did to its owners. Wait until you hear these numbers. The second engine leaving is the one GM sold as their best. Owners paid $2,000 to $4,000 extra to get it. What happened next made national news. GM 6.2-liter V8 L87 EcoTec3. The 6.2-liter V8 was GM's premium engine, the top choice. If you wanted the best engine GM made for your Silverado, Sierra, Tahoe, Suburban, Yukon, or Escalade, you paid extra for the 6.2-liter. 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. People saved up specifically to get this engine in their truck. Then, in April 2025, GM issued a recall covering 600,000 vehicles. Not 6,000, not 60,000. 600,000 trucks and SUVs. Here is what GM found inside these engines when they cut them open. 2 problems caused this recall. Both happened at the factory before your truck was ever built. Problem 1. Debris left on connecting rods and inside oil passages during manufacturing. Small metal particles that were never cleaned out properly. Problem 2. Crankshafts made to the wrong size. The supplier who made the crankshafts sent parts with incorrect measurements and poor surface finish. When connecting rods have debris on them, and the crankshaft is the wrong size, the bearings that hold everything together cannot get enough oil. Without enough oil, bearings collapse. When a connecting rod bearing collapses completely, the connecting rod has nowhere to go. It punches through the side of the engine block. The repair bills for these owners will make you sick. Mechanics who tore down these failed 6.2-liter engines found black oil inside. Black oil means the engine got so hot that the oil burned. All 8 connecting rods destroyed, the camshaft missing chunks, impact marks on the inside walls of the engine block. Before the recall, GM's official fix was to change the oil from thin 0W20 to thicker 0W40 oil. Give owners a new oil filter and a new oil cap. 36 owners filed complaints with NHTSA after their engines failed again following the recall fix. Both the oil change fix and the full engine replacement failed in some cases. NHTSA opened investigation RQ26001 in January 2026 to find out why the recall fix is not working. The investigation is still open as of June 2026. You paid $65,000 to $85,000 for a truck with the 6.2-liter engine. The recall fix cost GM approximately $47 per truck. Your engine replacement costs $14,000 and up. One Sierra owner said it best: "It feels like a cheap Band-Aid on a $75,000 truck. Two engines with the same problem. Cylinder deactivation that destroys lifters, connecting rods punching through engine blocks, fixes that do not fix anything. GM had no choice but to start over completely." So what did GM build to replace these engines? The answer depends on whether you believe GM learned from their mistakes. And right now, that is the question every truck buyer in America is asking. GM Gen 6 5.7-liter V8. The Gen 6 5.7-liter V8 replaces the 5.3-liter. It debuts on the 2027 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 and 2027 GMC Sierra 1500. Production starts at Fort Wayne Assembly in October 2026. First thing to know, almost nothing from the old 5.3-liter carries over. GM designed this engine from scratch. New block, new castings, new everything. Here's the first thing most people notice about this new engine. The size went up. The old 5.3 liters was 5.3 liters. The new engine is 5.7 liters. That is 0.4 liters bigger. Why does that matter to you as an owner? A bigger engine does not have to work as hard to make the same power. Less strain on the parts, less heat, less wear over time. Power estimate is around 400 horsepower. That is about 45 more than the old 5.3 liters. GM has not confirmed official numbers yet. These are industry estimates. New dual fuel injection. That means the engine sprays fuel two different ways. Both direct injection and port injection working together. Port injection keeps the intake valves clean automatically. No $1,200 carbon cleaning bills every 60,000 miles. But the biggest change is not the size or the power. It is something you cannot see from the outside. GM is moving production of critical engine parts away from outside suppliers and making them in-house. Remember the 6.2-liter recall? The crankshafts that caused 600,000 trucks to be recalled came from an outside supplier who made them the wrong size. GM could not control the quality because they did not make the parts themselves. Now, they are making the critical parts themselves. Tighter control, better quality checks during assembly, direct response to the supplier problem that caused the recall disaster. Fuel efficiency improvement of 4 to 6% compared to the current 5.3 liters. About 10 to 12% better than 2019 generation truck. The cylinder deactivation system that destroyed the 5.3-liter lifters has been redesigned. GM removed the dynamic fuel management system that caused lifters to fail at 5,000 miles. The new system is built differently. Here's the honest question every senior truck buyer should be asking right now. Is this new engine actually fixed, or is it just a bigger version of the same problems? The old 5.3-liter without the DFM system was a solid engine. Mechanics said it could reach 200,000 miles easily without the cylinder deactivation causing problems. The new 5.7-liter needs to match that track record or beat it. In-house parts manufacturing is the right move. A bigger displacement reducing the need for aggressive cylinder shutoff is the right move. Dual injection is the right move. But right now we have zero real-world data. The first engines roll off the line in October 2026. Real owners get their hands on them in early 2027. For the first time in years, the direction is right. Whether the execution matches the direction is something only time and real miles will answer. The second new engine carries more pressure than any GM engine in decades because the engine it replaces caused a 600,000 vehicle recall that is still being investigated today. GM Gen 6 6.6-liter V8. The Gen 6 6.6-liter V8 replaces the 6.2-liter, same platform as the new 5.7-liter. Same debut on the 2027 Silverado and Sierra. GM calls this their trust recovery program. That phrase came directly from inside GM. They know what the 6.2-liter recall did to their reputation. They know owners are angry. They know people canceled 2026 orders specifically because of the 6.2-liter disaster. Here's what GM changed inside this engine to try to fix the problems that caused 600,000 recalls. The 6.6-liter has new oil passages inside the engine block, larger diameter, better filtration paths. Oil reaches the bearings faster and more consistently. New connecting rod and crankshaft system. Tighter measurements than anything in the Gen 5 engines. Direct response to the out-of-spec crankshafts that caused connecting rods to punch through engine blocks. The crankshaft surface finish has been completely redesigned. The poor surface finish from the outside supplier was one of the 2 confirmed root causes of the 6.2-liter recall. GM is now making these parts in-house with stricter inspection at every step of assembly. Power estimate is around 475 horsepower. That is about 55 more than the old 6.2-liter that made 420. Official numbers are not confirmed yet. Here's something important that GM said about this engine that every buyer needs to hear. GM describes this engine internally as their most important product for reputation recovery in decades. Think about what that means for you as a buyer. GM knows that if this engine fails the same way the 6.2-liter failed, they are finished in the premium truck segment. Ram and Ford will take those buyers and they will never come back. That pressure is actually good for you as a potential buyer. GM cannot afford another recall on this engine. The financial and reputational damage would be catastrophic for their truck lineup. Industry analysts say the changes GM made are the right changes. In-house manufacturing of critical parts eliminates the supplier quality problem. Better oil passages address the lubrication failure. Tighter crankshaft tolerances address the root cause of the connecting rod failures. But here's the part that should make every buyer over 55 stop and think carefully. GM has not proven any of this yet. The first engines go into production in October 2026. Real-world testing begins when real owners put real miles on these trucks in 2027. The owner who canceled his 2026 Sierra order because of the 6.2-liter recall is the exact person GM built this engine for. But that owner has a choice to make. Does he buy a first-year 6.6-liter and hope GM got it right? Or does he wait 12 to 18 months for real-world data to come in before spending $75,000 on a truck with a brand new engine? That question has a simple answer for most buyers over 55. You have worked hard for your money. You use your truck for real work. You cannot afford 4 months of downtime waiting for back-ordered engine parts. So here's the only question that matters. Is this good for you or not? Let me give you a straight answer. No sales talk. No manufacturer language. The 5.3-liter L84 with dynamic fuel management had a 16% engine problem rate by 120,000 miles. That is the highest failure rate of any American V8 in the last 20 years. The new 5.7-liter removes the exact system that caused those failures. That is progress. Real progress. But here's what the history of truck engines teaches us about brand new first-year engines. New engines from big manufacturers are beta tests. The first owners find the problems, the manufacturers fix them. The second and third-year owners benefit from those fixes. For a buyer over 55 who needs a reliable truck for work, for family, for towing, being the beta tester on a $75,000 truck is a risk that is hard to justify. Here's the recommendation that makes the most financial sense for most buyers. If you need a new GM truck today, buy the last year of the known engine. A 2026 Silverado or Sierra with the 5.3-liter without DFM is a safer choice than a first-year 2027 with an unproven new engine. GM removed DFM from 2026 production. That was the main problem. The 2026 model without DFM is a cleaner version of the engine you already know. If you can wait, watch the first 12 months of 2027 owner reports carefully. Watch NHTSA complaint filings. Watch what mechanics are saying after they start seeing these new engines in their shops. If the new 5.7-liter and 6.6-liter reach 50,000 miles without the problems the old engines had, it will be worth buying. GM has the right design direction. They have the right quality control changes in place. The question is execution. The 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter are leaving because they failed too many owners too many times. What replaces them could be genuinely better. But the only people who know that for certain right now are the first buyers in early 2027 putting real miles on these engines. Let other people find the problems first. Then, buy with confidence. While GM is busy replacing their most trusted V8 engines, Ford just made a move that nobody in the truck industry saw coming. 8 brand new trucks for 2027 that are making Ram and Chevy look completely behind. So check out this video where I show you exactly what Ford just dropped and why it has every GM and Ram owner asking serious questions right now.